Boys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm gonna make a quick video just how we can stop our doom scrolling. I tried making this video literally an hour ago and everything just fell off. Like I woke up, I did my morning routine, I felt great, but upon turning on the video, I kept getting so many distractions and whatever. And I just, like when you have to make a video and like you just talk, when like, I don't know if you guys are YouTubers or not, but when you make a video and you just have to like talk, like, yeah, so I stopped scrolling and yeah, scrolling is bad for you. Like, I freaking hate that. Like, I have to realize this video could single-handedly help one person stop scrolling. And that's a massive thing. That's a big deal. Like, I have to take this video so much more seriously than just, yeah, guys, I stopped scrolling. Here's 5 steps. Like, no. Inshallah, God willing, I will actually focus on this video and I'm gonna make it really good. If there's one bad habit that left my life, it was scrolling. For me, scrolling was one of the bad habits that completely went away as fast as possible. Okay? Right now, I'm gonna pretend like I'm talking to my older self right now. Like I'm gonna pretend like you're in the situation where I was. A university student, probably, I'm guessing, maybe you're a little bit older than that, that's fine. But you're like a young man, like 19, 20, whatever, 21, right? I'm guessing you're not happy with your life. Otherwise, you would not be watching this video, right? I'm guessing you are not purposeful, you're not happy. You know that there's so much more to this life. You know that there's muscles to build. You know there's things to do. You know there's so much more to this life, but you're just a freaking limp just like, I'm just like no energy, no purpose, but you want to fulfill your potential on this earth. You see people online, maybe on freaking TikTok, if you're even on TikTok, that's crazy. But God willing, I'll help you, inshallah. I'll help you actually get rid of that. Maybe right now you're like just looking at people online, you're like seeing other people that are successful, and you realize that there's no value to your name, there's no value to yourself, and you realize that I haven't really done anything with my life. My parents still think I'm a loser. My parents barely have any respect for me because I haven't done anything. I'm just a guy who just scrolls all day and jacks off and plays video games and in my room, and I'm failing university. That's where I was 3 years ago, by the way. 3 years ago. And I'm not saying that I'm like so much better. I have improved. I decided to commit to the self-improvement path 3 years ago. I decided to do something with my life and to make something of myself, and I'm still working towards that. I still have many bad habits. I still, mess up my routine all the time, but we're all on this journey together. And that's why I come on these videos not to like look down upon you, not to be like, yeah, guys, I'm perfect and you're not. Guys, I'm just sharing what helped me, what I did, and whatever lesson. Because if you can relate with me, best believe you can also get rid of those habits just like how I did. So anyways, I'm guessing right now you are in a situation where you're unhappy with your life and you realize there's something more to it. You realize I'm a nobody. I have no freaking respect, and I want to be something, and I want to do something, and I want my parents to respect me, and I want other people to respect me. Freaking fine, that's normal. Like everyone wants respect, like freaking heck. And also it's not just that, but it's just like you don't want to live like everyone else. You don't want to go work a job. You want to be the best version of yourself. And if you've been feeling like a feminine, limp, low testosterone male, and you realize there's something more to this life, you're in the freaking right place. And the number one way you can start to truly feel the beauty of improving your life, the number one way is by getting rid of scrolling. Or one of the ways is by getting rid of scrolling. It's by stopping scrolling. For me, quitting scrolling was a lot easier because my mindset towards scrolling completely changed. Okay? This is why I need you to understand, bro. My mindset towards scrolling completely changed. My mindset, right? It's not like I put on blockers. I didn't have any blockers. It's not that I put my phone in the other side of the room and I locked my freaking window, I locked my room, I locked the door, and then I didn't have to do any of that. What I did was I started to change my mindset towards scrolling to the point where it was gonna destroy my future if I continued to scroll. And this is what I need you to understand. If I'm guessing right now where you are in your journey, where you are in your life, if I have to guess, you are not one of these guys who want to justify scrolling. It's just something that you're struggling with. But you don't want it's almost as if you want to feel like a brand new version of yourself. You want to feel like the best version of yourself. The way you're going to be doing that is by changing your mindsets towards consuming all these things in the first place. See, at least for me, When I got onto this path 3 years ago, I learned two fundamental skills. Instant gratification will destroy my life, and it's literally what's destroying my future. It's destroying my potential, and it's destroying my ability to do things on this earth. Delayed gratification, it's what allows me to finally become successful, is what allows me to change myself, and is what gives me the ability, with God's permission, to go do things on this earth. These two fundamental skills, fundamental topics that I realized 3 years ago. Instant gratification is that Jeffrey loser version of me, and delayed gratification is that winner version of me. The version of me that's genuinely becoming someone. For me, I'm like an extreme kind of guy. Okay? So for me, like, I'm either gonna be the guy who's scrolling, or I'm gonna be the guy who's not scrolling. And I'd rather be the guy who's not scrolling, because I realize scrolling, people just use it as an escape. Right now, I'm a university student. I'm 21 years old, and I go to university in a couple times a week for my classes, a few times a week. And I notice this one trend. People that are scrolling, most of the people are scrolling on the train. And I used to be one of those kids back in the day. But most of the people are scrolling on the train. And most of the people that are scrolling, they just finish their 9 to 5 jobs. They finish their jobs, they finish their work, they're coming home after a long day, and all they do is just like, just start scrolling. And in fact, like, I saw the other opposite thing, which is like, in the morning at 6 a.m., 7 a.m., when I'm going on the train to go to class, I see people scrolling. I'm like, that blows my mind. I crash out all the time with my friends. I'm like I tell them, like, how the frick do people scroll at 7 a.m.? You just woke up, my guy. How are you already scrolling at 7 a.m.? How's that a freaking thing already? Because your life is so freaking boring. Your life has no purpose. Your life has no freaking meaning. And you think that you're gonna get that happiness through scrolling, but you're not. You think that you're gonna fill that void in your heart by scrolling, but you're not. You think that you're gonna avoid your work, your homework, your business work that you've been trying to start for so long. You think you're gonna avoid that by scrolling, but you're not. But how does that, where does that leave you? What kind of life does that leave you? One of the videos that hit me the most was an animation by Steve Cutts. I'll put it on the screen, but it's the rat race animation. And this animation is just visualizing like how most people just live. Dopamine, going for a next hit of dopamine, and it's just, that's how the world is run. That's how they make the world run, to give people a little bit of pleasure so they don't complain about their situation. A little bit of pleasure. But for people like us, we're like, bro, there has to be something more to life, bro. There's no way. Ever since we were younger, we were playing video games left, right, and center, wanting to be the best player in the video game. We're having competitions with our friends. We're playing, I used to play so much Fortnite, bro. I was trying to go into professional Fortnite. I was trying to try out for teams. I had a YouTube channel just posting clips. I was practicing freaking 90s with my keyboard and mouse. I was all day just practice scrimmages. I was obsessed. Because I realized this is something that I've been given by God as a blessing. But I'm not gonna just settle for less, bro. I want to be the best version of myself. If you're watching a video like this, made by me or whoever it is, I'm sure you're sort of the same. I'm sure you're sort of the same. And so for me, here's what I'll say, right? Here's what I'll say. Scrolling, when you change your mindset towards scrolling, it becomes a thing where it doesn't matter anymore. It's just not something that you just want to do, because it's keeping you in that lazy state. The moment you get onto the dopamine detox protocol, the moment you get onto the protocol where you're able to finally work towards your mission, because the thing is, right, scrolling is restricting your ability to work towards your goals, right? It's the reason why you can't focus on your work. It's the reason why you can't sit down and watch a long video like this or an unedited video for 30 minutes straight, even though that video might have so many good value in there. It's the reason why we can't read books. The way I was able to get rid of scrolling was that I stopped seeing a need for consuming in the first place. I went from being a consumer to a producer. I went from being a consumer to a freaking producer. I realized I wanted to produce things. I realized I wanted to do things with my life. Not consume. Not be the consumers who waste their lives freaking consuming all day. I realized that true fulfillment, true purpose, true happiness comes from working towards your missions. Sometimes, bro, I go downstairs and I see my mom scrolling. And I'm trying to help her, and I think she's reducing it. But I see my mom scrolling. I'm just like, mother, like you can have so much fun and like so much fulfillment in your life if you genuinely did the things that moved your life forward. If you genuinely did the things that grew you as a person. Like I look at my mother, I look at my uncles, and they're just scrolling. I'm like, how is that life for you guys? How is that life? Bro, life is so much fun for me because I get to wake up and again, I'm not saying I'm always smiling and hey, it's such a great day. No, sometimes I wake up freaking pissed off. But like I'm saying generally, life has been so much more fun for me the moment I got onto this path of improving myself and self-improving myself. You know, the moment I fixed my depression. Most people are semi-depressed. That's why they're not able to work hard. That's why they're just scrolling all day. There's no purpose in their life. The moment you get rid of that scrolling, the moment that you take away all that dopamine, all the instant gratification, you're able to experience things finally. Like you're able to just go outside, improve your mental health, and go out to nature. Go out to nature and just freaking walk around. Oh my God, I go out to nature walks every single day. Like, you know, all praise be to God, alhamdulillah for this. And I go to nature walks every single day. I'm posting reels, a daily nature walk reflections. You know, you can go on my Instagram, and I post these. I'm starting it. I just started it yesterday, but I'm gonna post these reels every day when I'm going out to my nature walks. Just something about, you know, a lesson that I learned. And it's not because like focusing on my mental health makes me more money. It's not because focusing on my mental health gets me more girls. I'm sure it can help me with that. But it's because focusing on mental health grows me as a person. Because focusing on mental health improves me. And if I'm the most improved version of myself, then I can go make that money, you know, attract, you know, my dream wife, become a great person. The reason why we can't do things in our life is because we're just depressed. The way we can fix a depression is by stopping to live like a freaking slump, like a sloth. The reason why we're depressed is because we're living like sloths all day. Your body's like, bro, there's nothing going on. There's no fulfillment. We grow through pain. We grow through discomfort. Whenever we push and past our discomfort, we wow ourselves. We're like, yo, damn, I really did that. I really just did that. Did I just really read 5 pages? Oh my God. Did I read 10 pages, 50? And then you keep growing and you keep getting better and you keep getting better and that is what life is about. So tell me, how does scrolling help you with that? It doesn't. It's just there for us to escape instead of you truly becoming someone. Instead of you truly becoming someone, bro. And people just live life all day scrolling upon scrolling upon scrolling upon scrolling. Consuming. When's the next movie? Going out to fast food. Like, it's just dopamine, bro. Do something with your life, bro. And then if you tell them, yo, why don't you hit the gym? Why don't you start building a business? Why don't we start reading books and self-educating ourselves, and so we can become, you know, better versions of ourselves? They're like, nah, man, life's too hard. I don't have time, man. Like all these freaking excuses come up, but they go out to the next freaking movies. I guess people just don't want to be great. The frick? Like why don't you just want to be great? Like, just freaking be great. But why don't people just want to be great? Just freaking be great, my guy. Your life's gonna improve. Like, you're gonna live life. Just be great. Be the man who can freaking conquer and achieve things. Make progress. You can feel that masculine self-confidence. This is why people are so bad with girls, because they can't focus. Like, because they're just scrolling all day. You can tell when someone scrolls, bro. You can tell they can't focus on your conversations. Like, they're just such low versions of themselves. Like, I'm like, why do you want to be such low versions of yourself? Why do you want to be the version of yourself that can't even speak to someone? Why do you want to be the version of yourself that can't even hold a freaking conversation? Do you really want to be a loser? Just be someone who can talk well, speak well, look you directly into the freaking eyes. Those are the types of guys that get the best girls. Those are the type of guys that make the most money. Those are the type of guys that get the most jacked and they're the most confident. So, see, my goal for this video was to just change your beliefs around scrolling. It wasn't even like, oh yeah, put your phone on the other side of the... That's what everyone else says. The freaking ChatGPT advice. Oh, put your phone on the other side of the room. Oh, put your phone under your pillow. Shut the frick up. Let's stop seeing a need for scrolling. Let's stop seeing a need for constant consumption. Content consumption. The way we can live purposeful lives as men is by getting on the dopamine detox where we don't have to consume much. Let's just consume long-form content. This is one thing I did. I'll give you one actionable step that I did, which was I just stopped scrolling and I started watching podcasts. I started watching podcasts by my most favorite YouTubers and people that I wanted to be like. So at the time, it was like Andrew Tate, Iman Ghazi, Hamza, and many other people. But I started surrounding myself with more of those kinds of high-level podcasts. Now, you can argue, like, is that really productive? I don't know, but at least they don't scroll. At least I'm watching something long form. You know, like, that is much better than you don't get anything from that. And then people are like, oh man, how do I improve my life, bro? I don't know how to. My guy, how do I like? I'm so lazy. I'm like, yeah, obviously you're lazy because you've been teaching your body just all you do. I don't know. So instead of like trying to give you the next freaking app blocker or what people say online, like the ChatGPT advice, I'm just gonna tell you what worked for me. Okay, I just surrounded myself with people that want to be like and more greatness. I'm not saying I'm great, but I surrounded myself with greatness on YouTube or with podcasts. You know, podcast was really helpful for me with scrolling, especially because yeah, I just made it a rule, a golden rule in my mind. No, like as less instant gratification as possible. If you're gonna watch content, make sure it's long form. Like make sure it's not edited and it's long form. Like you're chilling, you know, you're fine. Like that was my golden rule. So right now, if you truly want to be someone who's great, and if you want to be on this journey of you just improving yourself and impressing yourself from the man you become, if you truly want to feel that purpose, that ambition, that drive, that's all gonna come from stopping to live like a passive individual. If you want to build that physique and get bigger, it comes from not living like the passive individual. It comes from not needing a need for social media, not having a need for social media as much, especially Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok. First of all, get freaking rid of TikTok. You already know this. I don't need to tell you this. I don't know who uses Snapchat anymore. Instagram is like, okay, you can DM your friends. Even then, I just stopped seeing a need. Honestly, I made it a rule. I'm gonna delete Instagram. And if I need it, I'll download it again. And I'll tell you this one thing. With over time, you will just stop scrolling. The more you become like just involved in the self-improvement path, you'll just stop scrolling. Trust me. Like the moment you just focus on your physique, your mental health, how do I improve my testosterone? How do I learn more? How do I read more books? How do I make more friends on this path of self-improvement? How do I focus on my mental health? How do I, learn this skill? How do I get better with girls? Whatever it is, the less you'll scroll. Because the less you want to be like the loser version of yourself that scrolls on your bed, jacks off 15 times a day. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, boys, that was my way of scrolling. I gotta freaking leave. I'm so late. So yeah. Anyways, I love you guys so much. And hopefully this video helped you. I'm so happy I re-recorded this because I feel so much better and hopefully this was actually more beneficial. Boys, if you want to see more videos, click the subscribe button. I'm an up-and-coming YouTuber. I freaking hate that word, up-and-coming. I'm a YouTuber that wants to get more subscribers, bro. I'm a YouTuber that wants to grow. And I want this to be my work. I want this to be my career. I don't want to freaking be on the rat race scrolling. I don't want to live that lifestyle. I want to be the guy who's financially free, having a work that benefits people and helps people, and we can make this a freaking community. So, boys, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one.